Tarkov is an extremely dirty place, isn't it? There's trash everywhere, piles of boxes, filthy footprints, broken glass, and even corpses just scattered about. It's terrible for your health, but you know what it's also really bad for? Yeah, your PC performance. You might not ever think about it, but all that wretched refuse actually uses PC resources just to exist. It has to be loaded in and processed and just sits there in your computer memory as you struggle through a raid at 20 frames per second. And just look around. Some maps are positively covered in garbage, trash, dirt, puddles of stagnant water everywhere you look. Someone should really do something about this, but it won't be the scavs. Those guys are responsible for a lot of it to begin with, and you'll just have to eliminate them as a measure of justice. So it's all up to you. It's time to clean up this forsaken place with the simple DeClutter mod for SPT. Yes, it's very easy and can even save you precious frames in raids. This concept has actually existed for a while, having originally been made by developer Tyrion for previous versions of SPT, having just been called DeClutterer at the time. Somtam's simple DeClutterer mod does largely the same thing, having been updated for SPT 3.11 with a few changes to the way it works. It actually removes some or all of that terrible mess in Tarkov to benefit PC performance. Depending on your circumstances, you could easily see a modest increase in frame rate by using the mod to some extent. This is especially good for low-end PCs without much room to cache the hundreds of useless objects in each map. And take a look at what it can do. It's controlled from the F12 menu, but changes in raid won't take effect in the same session, so load a new raid to see those changes. There's a toggle for the mod as a whole, a slider to dictate the amount of clutter you want removed, toggles for the different types of clutter, the option to remove all shadows, and toggles for each of the maps. It's super easy to use and gives you lots of control over what gets removed where. The map toggles enable or disable the mod for each of the maps in the event that you only want to use simple declutter in the more intensive places like interchange and streets. Drag the slider to remove more or less of the clutter when the mod is enabled as you like. Obviously, the less that exists in the first place, the greater your frame rate should be. There has been some discussion, confirmed by members of the StarVox Discord server, that using the toggle for decal declutter can cause crashes, which is good to keep in mind. The mod isn't perfect and doesn't have flawless control over all assets in the game, nor the ability to identify them all properly, meaning that some visible clutter will remain even at maximum settings. But I have yet to experience a crash or similar fatal error in my own game, which is certainly lucky for me. That said, I still keep the decal declutter setting disabled just in case, and would advise you to do the same until we get another update from the developer. To get a feel for the changes this mod can make in the game, I'd suggest that you start by disabling all clutter, save the decals, and move the scale slider all the way up. Go through a few raids and notice how different the maps look. Some spaces will show drastic changes, looking barren and clean without all the trash and rubble. Hopefully you'll have a few extra frames to play with now and the game is running more smoothly. If it is and you'd like to restore some of the clutter to get the maps looking a bit more immersive, adjust the clutter scale slider down to the halfway point and try another few raids. Frankly, you could just use the mod to adjust how lived in and ruined the maps appear to be if you don't actually need the extra performance. Imagine that a therapist employed a few teams to roll through interchange with a truckload of garbage bags just to remove some of the unhealthy refuse and enjoy the cleaner spaces for a while. If you need even more help with performance, use the option to disable all shadows. It does what it says, eliminating all shadows from the maps to really give you a better chance at better FPS. Just keep in mind that this looks very unnatural to the eye. You'll probably want to use this exclusively at nighttime for the least jarring experience. Throw in some NVGs and the effect is much harder to notice. For me, with my pitiful 6GB 2060, the frame-saving effects of simple declutter are minimal and circumstantial in raids, but those with even slightly better hardware should see even better performance. There's no secret that this wildly unoptimized game uses tons and tons of unoptimized assets to decorate each of the maps, objects that serve no purpose and can't be interacted with or even used for cover. Removing them definitely has a measurable effect on the game's performance, no matter what hardware you're using. It's not perfect, but it can certainly help those in need. Keep an eye on my Patreon for a guide to my performance stats on every map using simple declutter at maximum settings, just to see how it works on my PC and those like it. If you've used the mod in your own game, leave a comment below about how it helped or hurt your experience in raids. Whether it gives you 5 or 100 extra frames, take this time to step up and be a responsible PMC. Do your part to help clean up Tarkov today. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more on mods for single-player Tarkov. I've got lots of information already uploaded for players new and old. Join the StarVox Discord server for discussion and gateways to all things SPT, including news and help with mod configuration. There's even more on the StarVox Patreon, where videos are available early and ad-free to supporters. Thanks for watching.